morning and welcome to Bell Therapy and Wellness YouTube channel. This is where I give you the how-tos on how to strengthen your core and pelvic floor in a safe way that's evidence-based. So today we're going to be going over something a little bit more fundamental, and if you've been here for a while, this may be a little too basic for you, but for people who are new or some of the newer clients that I have, this is going to be a really good revisit back to the foundations. So the basis of today is going to be working the inner thigh. So it's going to be a muscle that it attaches down at the knee, but it starts up at your groin. So it actually inserts along the pelvis, or originates along the pelvis, and then runs down and inserts along the femur or by the knee joint. So for you, you might feel like some of that groin pain or cramping, or you just might feel really weak. This is one of those muscles that we really like to use to help strengthen the pelvic floor. So in order to start today, I'm going to give you a few ideas of something you can use for an adductor squeeze. Adductor is the name of this muscle group of the inner thigh. So anytime I refer to adductors, I'm talking about your inner thighs. So you want to squeeze something soft at first, like a pillow or a ball. I have my Dollar Tree ball here that is probably seeing its last days. This might actually even pop in this video. So I want to get a small ball, and I want you to come and I want you to lay down on your back. So we're going to put the ball in between our knees and then carefully roll down. All right, now that we're down, make sure that ball is tucked securely between the knees, and let's just first master squeezing the ball. So knees are about hip width apart, and then you're going to squeeze them together. Make sure you are not activating your glutes, so you do not want to turn on your glutes. You're just going to be squeezing the ball together with your adductors or your inner thighs, and then relax without dropping the ball. So you're going to squeeze those inner thighs and then relax. All right, so here's where we're going to bring in the pelvic floor. I want you to start by squeezing your inner thighs together, and then once you feel those inner thighs activate, I want you to travel, like in your mind, go up to the pelvic floor and think about drawing it up and in. And then I want you to let everything go. So think of it, if you think of it in a zipper fashion, you are starting at the bottom, which is at the inner thighs, squeeze the ball, zipping up, contracting up through the pelvic floor, and relaxing and letting everything go. The challenging part in this in the beginning is going to be to make sure you aren't turning on your glutes. Now they're probably going to activate some, especially if you are pressing your feet into the floor a little too hard. So I want you to relax, pushing your feet into the floor. Okay, so once again, go to squeezing the balls, feel your inner thighs activate, draw your pelvic floor up and in, think about cutting off that flow of urine, and then relax and let it go. So that is how we're going to use a ball squeeze, inner thigh activation in order to help us strengthen the pelvic floor. Now, let's say you don't have a ball. You can easily substitute the ball with a foam roller. So same thing, put the foam roller, I wouldn't put it at the knee joint. I would roll it down to a little bit below or above in this case, above the knee joint. It's a little bit more comfortable, roll back down, and we're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna be squeezing. Now as you're gonna notice, this is a little firmer. So this is gonna feel maybe a little bit more uncomfortable, maybe a little bit harder because it's a firmer resistance. So you're gonna squeeze into that foam roller, pull up and in through your pelvic floor, and then relax it all, okay? So I want you to do your prescribed sets and reps. And if you have an endurance hold with this, feel free to do that as well. But this is how you would do it laying down in a hook line position. Now, let me show you the seated position. All right, now that we're sitting, I want you to take that ball, put it in between your knees, feet comfortable, hip width apart, ball slippery. And then we're gonna squeeze the ball together, zip up through the pelvic floor, and then relax. So you can do this seated as well. Maybe if you have a hard time getting on and off the floor, or maybe if it's just uncomfortable on your back, maybe this might be a better position for you. So it's the exact same setup, we're just in a sitting position instead of a supine, which is laying on your back. So once again, you can do it with a ball, you can do it with a foam roller, you can also do it with a pillow or any other object that has a little bit of a give. The one thing I would caution you to is I would not use one of those big stability balls because it's going to take the angle of your knees out and out and out depending on the size and of the ball, and then that's just going to be really uncomfortable on your legs to try and squeeze together. So feel it out for yourself. If you have maybe a different object that I didn't name today, drop it in the comments below to let others know what you've used. And then if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask it in the comments, or our website will be linked in the description box down below. Go there and you can fill out a contact form and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Dr. Allie with Bell Therapy and Wellness, and have a wonderful day.